Hi, welcome. And today's tutorial, you're going to learn how to create drop-down lists in Excel. But first, if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on our future videos. Let us begin. So we want our answers in this questionnaire to be of a drop-down menu, and we select them from the lists that are provided. So what do we do first? First of all, we need to create our lists. Now, for example, we have the positions list here that contains the data that we need the person to input. And then we have the skills list, and from this someone can select from this. And then we also have the date list. So once you're done creating the list, then you need to create name ranges for them. The reason as to why you create name ranges is that Excel easily finds your lists, the location of your lists. Now, this is how we create name ranges. You first highlight your list, including the headers. Then you come to formulas, then click on create from selection, and then you check the top row and then you click OK. The same applies to skills list, then top row, and then you check OK. Then this one you can or you cannot do it if you want. So OK. So what happens is that when you come to this space here, you can actually see that the name ranges were created, and you can easily navigate through all these lists by just tapping on those names that were created. So once you're done creating the names, let me delete this so that we can start over again. Clear. So we come to the cell where we want to create our drop-down list. Now, for example, what positions are you applying for? What positions are you applying for? It could be what position. Just change it to that. What position are you applying for? And then we come and select data. Click on data validation. Once you're done selecting, you can select list from the allow, and then from here you can either click on your keyboard, you click F3, then you can search through your name ranges and select positions, and then you click OK. So from here you can actually see the data that is in our lists position here. Or there's also another way you can do this. Let me first clear this. There's also another way you can just click on data validation, and then from here list, and then from here you can look for the positions list and then highlight what is under it, and then you click OK. So once you click OK, you should be getting the same information. So what happens for question number 2? This one we want it to be a yes or a no. Do you have experience in this position? Yes or no? So from here we select data, then data validation, then we select list. This is quite different. So from here we just type yes, comma, and then we type no, then click OK. So we should be having our options here. Then for question number 3, of all, which skill do you think you are better at? Now for this one, we do the same just like we did for number 1. Select list, and then we can look for, you can click F3 on your keyboard, then look for skills, and then select skills, click OK. So we should be able to select from this. Then our last question, which is which data you are available to start. This is actually not a drop down, but however, it is a data validation question. So we want someone to pick a date that is in between the dates here that we have. It shouldn't be a date before 9th of February 2022, and it should be a date after 9th February of 2024. Now what we do, we come to the cell, select data, and then click on data validation, then look for list. Actually this one is date. So from here we can have a list of options. You can either use between, not in between, just like you can see them, less than, greater than, or equal to, something like this. But we are interested in between for our case here. So we look for the start date, and our start date is this one here. Then we also come back and look for the end date. Our end date is this one here. Once this is done, we'll click OK. So you will observe that when you type in any date that is before the specified date, we can have an example of 07/03/2021. You will get an error. So the value entered is not valid. The user has restricted values that can be entered into this cell. So let us try a date that is probably after 2024. You can have 2025. You get the same error again. But now let's try to put a date that is in between. So we can have something like this, 2023. So now you can see that this one is allowed by our Excel. And this is how we create drop-down lists in Excel. If this video has been informative to you, please consider subscribing, hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and also share. Thank you.